Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Matters of the Heart and Soul podcast. This is Janie, your host, and welcome back. All right, today I am talking about vibration. All right, I want to talk about five forces, okay, that affect your vibration, okay? And right now, the external world can feel very heavy, very dense. There's a lot happening out there. But the truth is, you have total control of your internal world, okay? And it really starts internal. So I'm going to talk about the five forces that's playing on your vibration. And your vibration is your vibe, okay? It is how you are. Your dominant thoughts, your dominant emotions, your dominant actions are creating this vibration that you're going about every day, okay? And it is a choice. You are choosing, okay? So you could choose to vibrate low, which is kind of in energy of guilt and shame and doubt and anger, or you could choose to vibrate high, which is peace and love and acceptance and, joy and balance and harmony, okay? Those are higher vibrations. But I want to talk about the five forces that affect your vibration, okay? Because it's so important that you become a conscious creator of your vibration. All right. And you have to pay attention to this. You have to be very aware, very conscious of this every day, even moment by moment. Okay. So the first force, and I'm calling these forces because they're that powerful. Okay. They are that powerful. All right. Anything that holds energy and that vibrates is a force, right? Because it's energy. It can move, right? So the first force is your thoughts. Okay. And this is your dominant self-talk that you are having with yourself when no one is looking. Okay. When no one's around. How are you talking to yourself? All right. Are you a person of self-love? Are you a person of encouragement? Are you a person of bravery? Are you a person of seeing, the light and the love and everything? Are you a person that sees the glass half full? Okay. Are you a person that doubts everything, that fears everything, that, just have very low self-talk that I can't do it. It's never going to work out. This is not for me. I don't know why I'm doing this. So which one are you? Okay. That is your thoughts, and that's your self-talk when no one is around. That's what you want to be aware of because that is affecting your vibration. Okay. That's affecting your vibration. All right. Also your beliefs, the beliefs you have is affecting your vibration, your dominant beliefs. Okay. Are you a limited believer where you have limiting beliefs? I'm never going to make enough money. I'm never going to find the love of my life. I'm never going to move out of this town. I'm never going to, move, to the state that I want to. I'm never going to, have love or peace or joy in my life? Are you that person, right? Or do you believe in infinite possibilities? Do you dream big and do you have big visions? Okay. Because the limiting beliefs that you tell yourself every day is creating your vibration. Okay. So thoughts and beliefs fall under this force of thoughts. Okay. So I want you to keep that in mind. Also, know that when you have a thought, okay, and I'm not saying just random thoughts, but your dominant thoughts, when you holding that thought for 17 seconds or longer, and you know what I'm talking about because this thought have been taken over your mind. It's a racing thought. Is looping in your head. You're playing it out over and over again, or you're playing out that argument, or you can't get past that trauma. You can't get past, those words somebody told you. Those are the thoughts that is looping in your mind. And those are the thoughts that's creating your vibration. Because what happens is when you have those type of dominant thoughts, it goes out into what we call a larger network of energy and information. Okay. And this larger network, people have different names for it. People call it, the field, different things like that, but it's interconnected. Okay. And so what it does, it goes out and it brings back more thoughts like it to yourself. So if you already have this negative thing, this negative thought going on, you're going to attract more like it to you. So let me give you an example. Let's say you wake up in the morning, it's a bad day. Okay. You wake up, nothing goes right. You stump your toe on the bed. That gets you upset. You end up being late for work. Your boss gets on you. That gets you upset. Your computer's not working. Nothing is going right. And you're just sulking into that emotion that nothing is going right. I just want to start this day over. That day is, and if you emote, okay, I'm going to get to emotions because that's the second force. But if you add an emotion, it's going to amplify the thoughts that you're having, the thoughts that, oh my God, this day is terrible. I just stumped my toe. My boss is on me. Nothing's going right. I'm just, you just frantic. If you stay in that energy, you're going to keep attracting that. All right. That's why you can go and have a whole day that is bad. Okay. Whole day. So remember, your thoughts and your beliefs are creating your vibration. Okay. So, so important. So that was the first force. The second force is your emotions. Okay. Energy in motion is your emotion. Emotions also vibrate at particular frequencies. I showed a chart in a previous podcast about vibration. You could look that up. But I gave you the chart on where emotions vibrate from low to high. All right. But what emotions really do, it amplifies your thoughts. Okay. It amplifies it or it distorts it. Okay. So if you have a negative thought, is going to amplify the negativity of that thought. Okay. If you have a positive thought, it could also amplify that thought. Okay. So really, really, really consider that. All right. So your emotions are amplifiers. It amplified the thoughts. Okay. That's why if you have a day, a thought that makes you very, very angry, and then you really intensify that thought with anger, it'll take several days for that anger to release from your body, release from your mind, release from your spirit because of how you amplified that thought with the emotion of anger. Okay. So emotions, the second force, affects your vibration. Okay. And I want you to think of your vibration as this auric field around you. Okay. That's going out 6 to 8 feet in every direction. Okay. And that anger is not just in you, it's not just in your body, it's not just in your thoughts, it's just not here, it's in your field. Okay. So you have to clear stuff, even though you trying to clear it from your body, it has to be cleared from the field first. So your thoughts and your emotions don't just stop with you. It's not just in your body. Okay. It's in your fields. All right. And that's what people feel when they're around you. You could feel when somebody's just an angry person or an unhappy person or or a loving person, or a happy person or just a joy to be around. You could feel the difference because it's in your field. It's in your vibration. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. So number one was thought. Number two was emotion, the forces. Okay. Number three is your word. Okay. Your words, your speech. Whew, this is a big one. Okay. Because your words, it's a sound vibration that also, okay, liquefy the thoughts that you're having along with the emotion. Okay. So when people say it's not what you say, it's how you say it is so true. So, so true. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you an example. If I say, wow, that's a beautiful shirt. That looks so nice on you. Okay. That's a vibration. The way I said it and how I said it and my intentions behind how I said it. Okay. Let me say it like this. Yeah, that's a nice shirt. Different vibration, different intention, okay? Different sounds, okay? So your words are so important, so important. Your words affect your vibration. And it's not just the words, okay? It's how you say it. So it's the sound behind how you say it and the intention on why you're saying it, okay? Very, very important, okay? Affect your vibration. Okay. The fourth force is your environment. Okay. Environments hold energy and therefore they hold vibration. Okay. Your environment can be very healthy or it could be very toxic. It could be very loving or it could be very chaotic. You have to understand that you can't be in a place of peace and love and think that you can go sit in an environment that's chaotic and harmful and toxic. It will affect you. Let me give you a good example, okay? I had a client that she doesn't normally go out to clubs. She doesn't normally go out to clubs where music is just loud, okay? And when we talked, she said, I have no idea why I feel so anxious. I just feel like I'm just wanting to jump out my body. Okay. So I asked her, well, what happened this week? What did you do? Where were you? What type of people were you around? And she said, you know what? I did something I never do. I went out to the club. The music was so loud. I actually had to get out, go outside and take a break because it was just pounding and my body felt it and I was so sensitive to it. I said, there you go. I said that environment affected your vibration that you had before. Okay. And so now you are still feeling the energy within your body and your field of what you felt in that club. Okay. So, and we talked about some ways for her to start clearing that from her body, from her mind, from her energy field as well. Okay. And clearing it from her vibration. And then within a couple of days, she was like, oh my God, I'm back to normal. Okay. So environments will affect your vibration. Okay. You have to know that it will affect your vibration. Okay. So that was number 4. Okay. Number 5 is really what I call purpose. Okay. Number 5 is purpose. Okay. And how that affects your vibration. The purpose is when your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, okay, vibrate in harmony around the same purpose. Okay. That affects your overall vibration. Okay. So let me give you an example with that as well. Okay. You have to, what you're thinking have to align with how you feel. Okay. And it have to align with your actions. That all is in unity with what your purpose is. Okay. Now that's, number 5 is a big force, but purpose is a force. And you definitely want to align your vibration with your purpose. Okay. So let me give you an example. All right. If I know that my purpose is to anchor down unconditional divine love into this earth and help other people awaken on their spiritual awakening journey. I have to, one, think that. Okay, think that very clear and concise. All right, my emotions, I have to feel that. I have to feel that in my heart. I have to be in alignment with that. I can't be in fear of that. I can't run from that. I have to accept that and know that in my emotions. Okay, and then my actions, I have to put the actions out into the world that I know is in alignment with the purpose, right? So podcasts, matters of the heart and soul, books that we write, how I live my daily life moment by moment by moment by moment in all areas, okay? In my home, in my relationships, in my business, everything is in alignment. Okay, there's not one thing in my life that I think one way, but I feel a different way. Okay, it's going to distort your vibration. It's going to distort it, and you will not have a strong field, and you will be vulnerable to anything that can affect you. Okay, so that's how your purpose is related to your vibration and can affect your vibration. So, for example, if you really want to be an artist, you feel that your purpose is an artist, but you are, being a lawyer. You don't want to be a lawyer, so emotionally you're not aligned. Your thoughts are not there. Your thoughts are not there. Your thoughts are maybe wanting to be an artist, thoughts about, how can you escape your current lawyer job, right? Okay. And then the actions, you're not even putting in the action at all to align your life into being an artist. So therefore your purpose is not aligned, and all of the push and pull, right? And how you're thinking about it, how you're feeling about it, how you're acting on it or not acting on it is distorting your vibration. And so you will not have a strong vibrational field and be able to maintain it. Okay? So that's how that works in purpose, okay? So I want to give a couple little key tricks is what I call them. Key tricks to help you maintain a strong vibration, okay? A strong vibration where your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your purpose are going to be aligned, okay? I want to give a few key things. First of all, it's important to know that the original frequency of the universe is love, okay? And when you align with this frequency, and I want you to try it, an elevated emotion of gratitude and love and peace, how does that feel? How does that really feel in your body? How does it feel in your mind? How does it feel in your spirit and your soul? Okay. Keep that, maintain that, and see how that feels. Okay. Um, and it's not the universe frequency of love is not fake love. Okay. I'm not talking about transcendental love. I'm talking about eternal universal love, all right, that you find within yourself. It's not found in no one else, it's found within yourself, okay? And it's holding that pure, authentic vibration of love, of gratitude, of presence, okay? That's what the frequency of the universe is. So when you align with the universe, okay, of all there is, you're gonna feel the universe having your back, is what I call it. Everything's gonna flow, everything comes to you, everything is easy because you're in alignment. Your thoughts are in alignment with this divine flow. Okay. Your emotions are in alignment with this divine flow. Your actions, your life, the things you're doing in your life every single day, moment by moment, is in alignment with this divine flow, this universal vibration of love. Okay. And your purpose is in alignment with this divine universal frequency of love. Okay. So the universe is going to have your back. You will vibrate very high, very strong. Your field will be very solid. And things outside of you, like the news of this and the issues of your friends and family, and this happened on the job and that happened, and all the things outside of this will not affect you as much. Okay. And the point is, it's a daily practice in order to stay in this vibration. Okay. It's a daily practice. So when you maintain this vibration, okay, that is of the frequency of the universe, which is love, it starts to do beautiful things in your body and in your vibrational field, okay? It starts to reorganize your DNA, first of all. It starts to reorganize. So you got codes that are unlocking, okay? You got some things that are shutting down that you don't need. All right. You got generational things that just heal immediately. Okay. That you just all of a sudden have been holding you hostage for so long, and all of a sudden it's healed. Like you get a great clarity on it. Okay. Your biochemical the biochemical of your body changes because now you're secreting hormones that's attached to love and gratitude and peace and joy. Okay? You're not secreting hormones that's related to fight or flight or stress and distress. Okay? So the biochemical changes in your body. Okay? And that promotes even more healing. Okay? So with all these things happening, your vibrational field, okay, like I said, it goes out 6 to 8 feet, begins to change and reorganize itself. Okay. And you are holding more light and not more distortion. Okay. More clear, more clarity, not chaos. Okay. You're holding more of that. So you get more in alignment with that frequency that of the whole universe. Okay. And then the universe continues to have your back. Okay. So that's one trick I really want you to understand, understanding what the real frequency is of all of this and aligning those forces, okay? Thoughts, emotion, word, environment, and purpose in that frequency, okay? Another key, and this is my last one, all right? And then we're going to be wrapping it up because this is short and brief, okay? To holding your vibration, I call it conscious intention, okay? Conscious intention, very aware, very, very aware, conscious. I'm conscious of this. I'm aware of this. Matter of fact, I'm taking full responsibility of this, okay? I'm not, half-hearted, putting my toe in it, touching it, just stick a finger in it, see how it works for me. No, full responsibility, full ownership, okay? Conscious intention. And what that is taking the full responsibility of choosing the frequency you want to maintain, okay? Taking full responsibility of that vibration, okay? Does that mean that you're always gonna be vibing high, all the time? No. But you will be so much more conscious and aware of when you're not and what's affecting you and how to course correct. Okay? So, that other tad bit, remember, is conscious intention. And that's taking full responsibility, okay? Full responsibility, ownership of my vibration, ownership, okay? Choosing to maintain a frequency, all right? Conscious intention, all right? And the last little key, okay, that I want to add, and then we will wrap it up, is that all of this, all of these forces, okay, to maintain your vibration that affects your vibration, to hold that strong vibration, You have to embody it. Okay? You gotta walk the walk, talk the talk, emote the emote, act the act, and do the purpose. Okay? You gotta be the person. You gotta embody it. You gotta walk it. It has to be who you are in mind, body, spirit, heart, and emotions. Okay? This has to be who you are. You have to embody it. And that is how your vibration will be strong. It'll be high. It'll be amazing. Okay? And the universe will have your back. Okay? That's how the universe will have your back. All right? So that's all I have, guys. 5 forces, all right? And with about 3 key ingredients that you want to attach and be mindful that is affecting your vibration. But if you master, all right? Because the journey is about self-mastery. We are all on the journey to master self, all right? Because we are sovereign. We're sovereign beings, all right? We are already perfected. We just trying to remember it, all right? So those 5 forces that will affect your vibration. And I promise you, when you get all of those in alignment, all right, and you will have your vibration on key. Now, I'll tell you, when you're kind of learning this, you're putting it to work, you're starting to embody it, it'll feel a little wobbly, you know? You may fall down like a little kid that's learning how to walk again. You may fall down. But eventually, guess what? You're going to learn how to stand on your feet. You're going to learn how to walk. You're going to be running, and then that's going to be it. You got it. All right. It takes time to do all this, to align this, to embody it, to become it. But it is truly the key to maintaining your vibration and being in alignment and letting this universe have your back with everything that's here for you to have. All right. All right, guys, that's all I have. Remember, this podcast is inspired by love, God, relationships, spirituality, justice, culture, family, children, finances, freedom, personal growth, in energy and vibration, universal principles, health, education, masculine and feminine energy, music, and all things of the heart and soul. This is how we connect our hearts with our minds for perfect alignment. All right, guys, until next time, take care. Lots of love and lots of light. Take care.